Do you know that the new Siri is not actually being completely run by Google? Let me explain. In this video, I'll be talking about Siri AI, Apple Intelligence, the model under Apple Intelligence, and where Google Gemini's technology actually comes in. Make sure to stay to the end of this video because I'll also be comparing Google's Gemini and Siri AI to see which one is actually better. Hey, I'm Promise, and this is the Promising AI. Siri AI has existed for years, but has always fallen behind competitors like ChatGPT and Gemini. Apple has tried fixing it, but they keep failing. On January 3rd, 2026, Apple and Google officially announced their deep partnership to integrate Google Gemini into Apple Intelligence. So what this means is that they are basically using Google's Gemini technology as the foundation to build their models. At this year's WWDC, Apple announced a completely rebuilt Siri AI, powered by an upgraded version of Apple Intelligence. With this, Siri can now have real back and forth conversation, understand what's on your screen, search across your apps, that is, your messages, your emails, and your photos. It can also generate images and take actions across apps on your behalf. Impressive. Remember I said the upgraded version of Apple Intelligence? Yeah, because the previous version was a total flaw. Apple Intelligence is not just one thing. It's a system made up of 5 different models that works together seamlessly. Think of it like a team, not just a single player. Hey, before you continue, hit that subscribe button and like this video. And don't forget to smash that notification button for more AI updates. Let's look at the 5 models that will make up this Apple Intelligence system. 1 is the AFM 3 core. This one runs on Apple devices for everyday tasks like summaries, reply, and simple questions. Then the second one is the AFM 3 core advanced. Also an on-device model for more complex tasks, and it understands images too. The third model is the AFM 3 Cloud. This one runs on Apple servers for harder tasks your phone cannot handle. The fourth one is the AFM 3 Cloud Image, which also runs on Apple servers. Just as the name implies, this model is for generating and editing images, which Apple calls Image Playground. The fifth one is the AFM 3 Cloud Pro. This one runs straight on Google servers for the hardest tasks like deep reasoning and complex agentic actions. Of course, hardest tasks. Apple is not running Gemini inside iPhones. Rather, Gemini is the teacher and Apple's model are the students. This process is called distillation, where a smaller custom model learns from a much more powerful model's output. It's just like having a high-end chef come to teach you in your house, which means the food actually came from your kitchen but was trained to high standard. So, how does Google Gemini actually comes in? The on-device model have no Gemini involvement at all. Those ones are purely Apple. But the AFM 3 Cloud and the AFM 3 Cloud Image, which is the image program, are Apple's models, but are trained and shaped using Gemini training signals and output as a guide. Now, if you want to look at the model that has the main Gemini involvement, that's the AFM 3 Cloud Pro. It runs physically on NVIDIA GPUs inside Google data centers, leaning heavily on top of the Gemini's foundation, even though it was pre-trained by Apple. So as promised, let's do the direct comparison between Siri AI and Google's Gemini. Let's start with where Siri AI shines. Since Siri has a deep native access to on-device data like your photos, emails, and messages, it can perform simple tasks more accurately because it already knows your personal information. When it comes to privacy, Apple's architecture doesn't change based on subscription level, just like Google does. And for simple requests like setting timers or checking the weather, Siri uses Apple Intelligence model running locally, so no data leaves the device. The response is instant and everything works offline. But this is where it gets crazy. Google's AI model is cross-platform available in Android, iOS apps, and the web. Over 800 million devices already have access to Google's AI model without being locked into any ecosystem. For generative AI, Google's AI wins hands down because you can actually chat with it to tweak and fix specific parts of your images without starting all over again. Plus, it's way better at spelling out text, while Apple's 2 is mostly just a fun, simple feature made for regular phone users. When it comes to deep research, Google is the clear superior here because it has access to billions of pieces of information from Google search. So here's the final verdict. When it comes to intelligence, Google is the clear winner, with Apple Intelligence capability inherited from Google's Gemini backbone. If you look at productivity, Google Gemini also takes the crown here because it has a more matured workspace integration and deep research. On the privacy side, Apple easily wins because of its uniform architecture across all tiers. Then for creativity, that goes to Google because of its native multimodal generation and conversational editing.